I have never seen something giving founders an anxiety and mental breakdown the way fundraising does. I want to help you with this. Let's talk about some of the myths and the legends that people talk about when it comes to fundraising in the Middle East. Here's my favorite one, and let me know if you faced this before. Have any investor ever told you, you know what, your idea is amazing, I would totally invest in this. However, to do so, I think you must get first your lead investors and then I will invest in. You see, the thing is, I only invest small tickets. If an investor tells you that, most likely he's not interested. There is something that he has seen that is showing some risk investing into your startup. And what he's trying to do is he wants to reject you in a nice way. What happens usually is some of these startups actually turn into unicorns or they succeed, and they don't want to close that door too early by having a bad blood at this stage. So what they do, they will give you that thing where, look, I'm going to invest in you smaller tickets if you get the lead investor who would believe in you. Well, if you actually got that lead investor, probably you fixed something, made your business actually now look pretty good for them. The mistake that most founders do here is that they will go to the second investor and they tell them, look, investor A was really interested in my business, but he's waiting for the lead investor to join in so that he gives me his small ticket. The moment you do that, that second investor realizes immediately that the first one saw something bad or fishy about your business, and that will scare the second one as well. So if you ever get that answer off, look, I will come in with the small ticket if you get the lead one, just move on. Find the second one and forget about it. If he wants to come in the future, more than welcome, but do not consider this a success story yet. A serious investor instead will be super aggressive with you. He will not be nice to you, telling you that your business is amazing, it's so cool to make us so much money. He is very scared and terrified about his money. Where will it be spent? He will try to punch as many holes in your business to make sure it's bulletproof. This way, he makes sure that his money is safe. So he will be aggressive with you, he will attack your ideas, you will feel that he's the worst human you ever met in your life. But in fact, if you find that person, he's the most serious in investing in you. Okay, here's another very common mistake, the market size. Do you tell them something like, this market is worth $1 trillion or $100 billion. If I only get 1% of it, we're rich. If you're doing that, that's a huge mistake. You're telling the investor that you don't have a market penetration plan, which scares off investors, and you probably know why. It does not tell me anything if the market size is $1 trillion. The social media market size is huge, but if I make another Facebook, doesn't mean I can succeed unless I have a solid market penetration plan. And that is what they care about more than the market size. What's your plan to get those early adopters, and what's your plan to scale it? You test any strategies before? Did something work already? This is what they want to hear. Think of it logically. 5% of a market, that is millions of people. That is really hard still. It doesn't make any sense. Investors only invest in groundbreaking innovations. That is wrong. Investors are terrified of new technologies and innovations simply because when something new comes out to the market, it does not have any existing audience to buy. People are still discovering that technology or that tool, and it takes some time for the market adoption to happen, which is very challenging and requires a lot of cash burning in order to achieve it. Unlike is what you usually see on Shark Tank are very traditional things like a skateboard, a new perfume, a skincare solution, and so on. And they get loads of money in investment. That is because all they do is taking an existing product that has a lot of demand in the market, I add a little twist to it to be innovative, and I go and sell it. What matters at the end of the day, even if you're just selling bread, which I've seen on Dragon Den Australia, is you getting that market adoption. If you have enough revenue on any traditional product, people will still invest in you. Okay, this one is a bit region specific to the Middle East. I get a lot of people coming up saying, hey, can you help me fundraise? Can you connect me with investors? The biggest problem is that when we do due diligence with them, they did not have a single sale happening. And they expect to raise too early like that. Well, the excuse is our idea is very complicated, the product is very sophisticated, we require funding to prove it. But we talked with some people and they really like the idea. The product market fit to investors is measured by transactions, real one, that is not dependent on friends and family. Some stranger, you solve them a problem, they paid you for it. That's all they see. Finally, these were some of the interesting founders' dilemmas that I see when they face investors. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other interesting myth or a legend that startups have about investors over here.